full-blown like flare-ups on my chin over here and like down my neck. And hey there, my handsome and pretty little cobras, and welcome back to the Cobra's Nest. So today's video is how to get rid of acne. I had suffering from acne for about 2 years when I went hard on eating gluten, and it really sucked. It really messed up my self-esteem. Since I got rid of the things that I'm going to mention in this video, my acne has definitely reduced itself. Not to say that I don't get acne, I still do get like a little dot here and there, but it's literally just 1 or 2 pimples on my face instead of like full-blown like flare-ups on my chin over here and like down my neck. And of course, you should see a doctor. This is not to say that you shouldn't see a doctor and just rely on home remedies. You should be seeing a doctor in conjunction with. So that's 7 things that I want to talk about. So let's get it. Let's go. Woo. Okay, so number 1, so gluten. You might be gluten intolerant. I'm not saying that is the cause. That turned out to be the cause for me. That was the primary cause of my acne. I was very gluten intolerant. The science behind it is that some bodies don't do well with the yeast in your gut, and there's definitely ranges to it as extreme as like celiac disease. I don't have celiac disease. I'm just gluten intolerant. When I eat gluten, I just get like the worst acne of life. Like it's all just like down here on my jaw, like in my lymph nodes. It's not really a vibe. So yeah, so what did I do? I got rid of gluten. And I know that getting rid of gluten, especially in a Western society where everything has gluten, is not easy, but getting rid of the gluten really helped with my flare-ups. So I try my best to eat as keto as possible. Not to say that I'm like 100%, like I'm 100% clean. I still do sometimes consume gluten, you know, like pizza at a pizza party or something like that. But I do my best like in my own daily life to avoid it. So it's a lot of salads day in, day out. I experimented with like making like gluten-free bread for a period of time. It was kind of annoying, and the alternatives kind of sucked and didn't really fix the issue. I just really truly got rid of all types of like breads. The gluten alternative breads didn't help. I still was getting acne from it. I think there is glutathin. It's the protein that causes the intolerance. So I was using like almond powder and like coconut powder to like make my own breads. The breads didn't taste the greatest, and it was so much work like mixing the batter and stuff like that. So, but you could definitely try it. If like letting go of bread completely is very, very difficult, I would probably recommend making your own or buying the alternative and seeing if that kind of helps with the reduction. And if worst case, just try cutting it out of your diet for a couple months and see if it makes a difference. Okay, coming in at number 2, so probiotics and kimchi. So this one was kind of like one that I picked up because I watch a lot of Asian influencers, especially K-pop, like Korean YouTubers, and they swear by kimchi as like glass skin like food, and it's so true, guys. Like my skin is very like glossy and very shiny, and I do eat a lot of kimchi. I eat a lot of like sauerkraut, and like I eat probiotics, and I really do think that it helps with like your gut health, and it shows in your skin. I definitely swear by kimchi. If you're not a fan of kimchi, there's probably other alternatives. I think yogurt is one of them, although dairy does kind of mess with your skin, so I might not recommend that. But kimchi is dairy free and gluten free, so I would highly recommend kimchi. I think kimchi is really good for helping reduce like inflammation. I have seen in other acne videos a lot of people do recommend kimchi even when they're not Asian, so I think that that could be something to look into. Okay, coming in at number 3, doing exercise like cardio, running and swimming. When I'm not doing as much like active sports, my skin gets really bad. It starts getting really bad. I don't know if it's just like the lack of like blood circulation or buildup of inflammation. I'm not really sure what the science is behind it. All I know is when I'm working out, whether I'm like lifting weights, doing cardio, swimming, my skin gets so much better. So if that's something that you have not incorporated into your life and you're suffering with acne, I think incorporating some exercise will definitely help alleviate some of the acne symptoms. Okay, coming in at number 4, so increasing sleep. So when I'm either traveling a lot more often, or I'm just like my sleep is like really messed up from work, I start getting a lot more acne, actually more so on my forehead than anywhere else. So it might be related to that. But once I start getting my proper like 8 hours a night of sleep, my acne starts really clearing up. So if you are not sleeping properly, I would highly recommend increasing the amount of time that you sleep, because your skin regenerates when you sleep. So if you are not sleeping much, you don't really give your skin a chance to regenerate. Okay, coming in at number 5, so drinking more tea and drinking more water. So I put those 2 as 2 separate things. Water, just because you need straight water to just replenish the fluids, and tea, because tea has antioxidants, especially if you're drinking like black tea and green tea. They're high in antioxidants, and antioxidants are really good for like cell maintenance. So those 2 things are very, you know, quote unquote anti-aging, but I think it's also really good for acne. Obviously, if you have a hormonal imbalancement, no amount of tea is going to fix that, but let's just say that I find that when I do drink more tea, my skin is definitely on the clearer side. Okay, coming in at number 6, reducing sugar. So sugar is very inflammatory. If your diet is high in sugar and you have a lot of acne, you might consider looking at the two. When I drink a lot more lattes that have like way more sugar content in them, or if I'm eating cookies, I find my skin starts getting really bad, and I start getting like the tiny acne, the little mini whiteheads. So it's just like inflammation. The body's just having a reaction to that much sugar. It's also like not good for like your blood sugar. It starts causing a lot of damage in your organs. Sugar overall is not good for you, but if you are struggling with acne, consider reducing or cutting out processed sugar out of your diet as much as possible. Obviously not fruit. We're talking, those are two different things. Those are actually two different sugars. Fructose and sugar is different from like refined glucose, which is like from cane sugar. Those are two different sugars. So you should definitely increase your fruit intake and lower your like cookie, ice cream, and cake intake. Okay, coming in at number 7. So cutting coffee out of your diet, especially if you are struggling with like hormonal acne, if you're on the pill or anything like that, or if you're taking medication, adding caffeine into your diet, especially high intakes of coffee, and especially if you're drinking several cups a day, is really not good for your acne. I find that I get like the dehydration and in this area type of acne when I am drinking a lot of coffee. So if you're struggling with acne, I think considering either reducing or cutting out your caffeine intake to like reduce your cortisol levels would be something intelligent to do. And also because just coffee in general is like not really good for like your kidneys. It's really taxing. It's a diuretic, so it makes your kidneys work that much harder. So I've seen a lot of videos about this discourse where it's like unfair to say these type of things to people who do have acne and it's beyond their control and they're really struggling. Honestly, if you have acne and you have to live with it, then so be it. This video is just providing some insight because I had acne and I figured out ways to get rid of it. So I really hope that this video could have helped out any of my Cobra babies, or at the very least just improve skin quality. I'm not trying to be, you know, I figured if this could help somebody else out, I think that that would be fantastic. So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.